Well, good morning, everybody. People obviously knew it was me today. That's why there's so few of us. But anyway, here we are. This morning we're going to talk about blogging. Now, I am actually passionate about blogging. My enthusiasm for blogging matches Mark's enthusiasm for Google Places. I genuinely believe blogging is the single most effective way for you to create a presence on any social media platform. So let's have a look at it. Let's give you a brief overview. What is a blog? How many people in the room have actually got a blog for a start? Okay, so there's not many that haven't, so this should be a quick session.
So how many use it?
Yeah.
Right, well that's a later question. A blog, what is a blog? It's a type of website geared towards specific topics with a goal, and like your website, everything you do online has to have a goal and an objective. The goal is to provide your audience with a regular flow of good quality information. That's kind of what it's all about. It's not there for you to sell. It's there for you to educate and inform your audience about your expertise and your knowledge. There are some questions with regards to best practices in blogs. There are two basic options. You can either incorporate your blog into your own domain, which is what we always recommend, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The main reason is because Google, one of the big bits of its algorithm is Google's priority is to make sure that searchers see the best results for their search term. And Google will never ever put a small 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 page website in the top 10 of their organic listings because it's just not big enough. Google will always give priority to what it deems to be an expert or reference website. And one of the definitions Google uses for that is a site with a minimum of 100 pages. Now, there aren't many sites apart from Amazon and eBay that have got 100 pages. But if you build your blog into your own domain, every post that you create on your blog will count and be seen as Google as a new page on your domain. Okay? That's the big advantage of having your blog as part of your own domain. The other option is to use one of the many free blog portals like blogger.com, Blogspot, and create a blog there. But you can still create the backlinks from an external blog, but you won't get the benefit of that content on your domain. And the reason that blogger.com and Blogspot is free is that every time you create a post on their portal, you are actually increasing the size of their domain, not yours, and therefore improving their search ranking rather than your own. Okay, everybody? With me so far? Nice picture. Why should you have a company blog? Well, your blog is what we call the ultimate humanizer. What does that mean? It means it is a human face online for your business. Your website tends to be a fairly formal, one-way dialogue. Okay, you are basically there telling we do this, we do that. Most websites actually have what we call the we factor, because it is we do this, we do that, our people, our officers, and all the rest of it. It's you basically giving a one-way stream of information to your visitors. With your blog, you're going to encourage a two-way dialogue. You're always going to ask them to leave a comment, ask for them to give their opinion. And a blog is always written on an informal basis. It's as if you were talking to somebody in the room. Very different. Your website is by definition quite formal. It depends on your business. I mean, a solicitor's website is going to be a very different tone to somebody selling skateboards. But it's going to be kind of a formal, this is what we do, this is our product, these are our services. Your blog isn't about that at all. So it's giving your cold corporate business a nice, warm, personable feel online. Sorry. All blogs, whichever way you decide to go, have got a rapid distribution across the web through RSS, real simple syndication feeds. Whether it's WordPress or Blogger.com or whoever, they all, every time you post a blog, within seconds that blog's posted on various blog directories and it's there for all to see. Much more effective than your email newsletter. And if we're all honest about it, we all get email newsletters, and we might, if we're honest again, probably read 1 in 5, 1 in 10, depends who it's from, depends who, what it's about. People will only see your blog if they choose to read it. Okay? So it's a lot more effective, and it also is a good way for you to create links back to your website. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's a great place for you to actually get feedback and comments about your products, about your brand and about your services from customers and prospects. So if there is an issue, your blog is a good place for you to find out about that issue, and also a great place for you to address that issue online and actually say, well, I'm sorry you feel like that, and we're actually doing this about it. And it's very easy to turn a complaint, someone that complains, into an ambassador if you satisfy and solve that complaint for them efficiently. Great SEO benefits. If we're absolutely honest, social media, all social media is only really done to support your search engine optimization. And if you consider that as a maxim, the whole thing about social media, you are there to create and build online awareness, but you're also there to drive traffic to your website. Your website is and will always be your main place for you to sell your products and services. Your social media channels are there to drive traffic to your website, are there for you to be able to demonstrate, well, actually I know what I'm doing, I'm an expert in this. You're there to solve problems, you're there to answer questions for people. This, I don't know if you can see that at the back, this was a Google. When I first did this presentation, as Gary will tell you, at East Grinstead, I had a live link to the internet, or thought I did, and we couldn't get it to work. But thanks to Robert's iPad, we managed to get there. But this is a screenshot of a search which we did. Social media in Surrey and Sussex. Our business is based in Hawley, bang on the border of Surrey and Sussex, which is why I like clients in both counties. And you'll see there's kind of, this one at the top is a pay-per-click, and this one, Internet Marketing for Business in Surrey and Sussex, is our blog. Okay? And the second one is our website, and the third one is another blog post, and then there's 2 videos, which is another presentation altogether about YouTube, and they're ours as well. Now, this is not a search on WSI Surrey and Sussex. This is a search on social media Surrey and Sussex, which is what we do. Now, if you consider what it might cost for me to be kind of over here or up here with Google AdWords, Google pay-per-click advertising, it'd cost me, I don't know, £2 a click. I'm there for nothing. I'm there because of the quality and the content of my blog. And the fact that the blog actually comes before my website tells you how good my website is, I suppose, but I don't know. This is another search that we did for internet marketing in Surrey and Sussex, and again, these are pay-per-click, and then you've got creating WSI Web Solutions, which is our old WSI site before we launched WSI AMS, and the reason we did that because we got fed up with typing that. So the blog, again, for WSI AMS is before the website. And we've got YouTube, these are ours as well. So I'm just trying to show you the sort of search engine optimization benefits. If you actually create posts and head up your blog posts for the keywords that you want to feature for, blogging is the most effective search engine optimization, social media strategy you can have, bar none. Okay? Genuinely, it works. And then this last slide, this is a site search. Our website actually has about 40 pages. But because of all the blog posts that we do, Google think we've got 527 pages. And it's because Google is looking at us as an authority site that we are ranking so highly in their organic search results for my primary keywords. Now you can actually do this for your own business. So if you want to be at the top of Google for whatever you do, organically, i.e. without cost, blogging, I genuinely believe blogging is the way to go. So the way that if anybody wants to know how many pages Google think they've got, just key into Google site, SITE, colon, and then your web address. And that'll tell you how many pages Google think.
What was that again?
SITE, colon, www.123.co.uk, whatever your web address is. So that really is a very, very quick overview of blogging. But if you take nothing else away, if you haven't got a blog, you should have. If you have got a blog, it really should be part of your domain. So if it's on Blogspot or blogger.com, that's great for them, not great for you. And finally, once you've got a blog, post to it. Don't ignore it, because Google, to succeed with Google, you need to blog at least 3 times a week. Okay? If you cannot source 2 or 3 posts a week yourself, get a good copywriter, preferably an SEO copywriter, to do a post for you. Now we do blog copywriting, we're doing blogs for people who are solicitors, we're doing blogs for logistics companies. I don't know anything about these industries, but I'll be honest, what I do and what you can do is look to see what other people in your industry are blogging about. Okay? Never ever copy their content, because that will actually be the kiss of death for your blog, because Google hates what they call scraping, which is just pinching content from other blogs. But if you can see what topics are being blogged about, and particularly the ones that are attracting comments, because they're the ones people are interested in, you probably know about that subject yourself, and you can write your own blog about that subject. We often find what we need is a topic, and once we've got the topic, we're away. And if you really don't know what to write about the topic, then what I suggest is you read 2 or 3 blogs about that topic, and then sit down and write one yourself in your own words. Okay? Even if it's been said before, if it's in different words, it's a brand new, fresh, original topic.
Have you got some sort of length in mind?
Yeah, ideally it needs to be between 300 and 400 words. Less than 300 words, it should probably go into your news page as a news item. Over 400 words, people will probably glaze over. As a rule of thumb, if you put down what you do on your 40-second slot, 1 page of A4, that's kind of about right. Final tip, always conclude your blog with an invitation for people to comment and create a backlink to the most relevant page within your website for that topic. So if we're doing a post about, say, blogging tips on our own blog, we always create a link back to our blog's page in our website. And again, a very rough rule of thumb, create 1 backlink to your website for every 100 words. So if you've got a 400-word article, blog post, it should have 4 links back to your website. Final tip, I'll tell you I'm passionate about this, much more powerful and much more highly regarded by Google are links that actually contain your keyword in the link text. And if that same keyword is the file name of the landing page in your website, that's even more powerful. So our blogs page is called /blogs. So we always, surprisingly enough, create the word blogs as our link. So there's no disconnect. Where Google struggles is when you're kind of saying fresh fish and you're taking it to a page about roast beef, and there's a complete disconnect, and that's where people will fall foul. Final thing I would say, if you blog 3 times a week, keep to 3 times a week. Don't do 5 blogs today and then nothing for a month. Do it nice and regular. We started off by blogging every day because we wanted to prove for ourselves before we sold this that it works. And we've done that because now whether you do SEO, social media, internet marketing, we are on page 1 at least 3 or 4 times out of 10, which is great for us. But we wanted to be able to prove that, and because we wanted to kind of sell professional internet marketing services, we need to do it quickly. So we actually blogged once a day. We now blog every other day. So we're blogging 3 or 4 times every week still. And the great thing about using the WordPress platform as your blog is you can actually, if you want to create 5 blogs, post them all but schedule them to be released every other day on WordPress, and then your job's done for you. So, sorry I've gone on as usual, but this is important to me. I think blogging is definitely, and Mark and I have talked about this before, and I think we're both, blogging really is a powerful tool, the most powerful social media tool of all, I think. Okay, Blaze looks.